Welcome to the Farm Kenya Show this wonderful afternoon. I'm Noakip Kimboy, and today we are going beyond the tractors. We're talking about mechanization and farm mechanization. And this one, I mean, it's not just about having machines running, generators running in the farm. It's about the impact. What does it do to productivity? What does it do to cost cutting? What does it do to efficiency? And a lot of us want to mechanize, but there is that perceived barrier when it comes to cost. All this is on the table this afternoon right here at the Farm Kenya Show as we talk matters farm mechanization. And I'm glad that I'm joined by John Dungu, who's the CEO of Jolu Machinery, who will be able to help us break all this down. Welcome to the show, John.
Thank you so much.
Wow, it's incredible even before we talk about mechanization, because you sell machines, you list machines, people come to you when they want to mechanize their farms. For starters, Jolu is quite a unique name. What is Jolu?
Thank you so much. Jolu is used under several companies. Mm-hmm. We have Jolu Ventures. We also have Jolu Group Security. And for this show, we'll be talking about Jolu machineries. Mm. Yes.
Okay, so you sell machineries, farm
machineries? Yes, we sell machineries. Mm-hmm. We sell tractors. Okay. We also sell combine harvesters. We also sell implements.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, you've been in business for now a couple of years, from 2023?
Yes,
for the machinery wing of the business.
Yes.
It is quite interesting because when we talk about mechanization, always it's compared with watu kulima na mkono.
Yes.
And when you say you're mechanizing, you're calling a tractor to till your land.
Yes.
Talk to me about, when you talk about farm mechanization, what is the range? What is the scope? What is it all about?
Okay, thank you. When you talk about mechanization, we are talking about the modern tractors that we have. We are talking about the implements. The implements, when you talk about implements, we are talking about the plows, the harrows, the trailers, and so many implements. And also we are also talking about the walking tractors. We have walking. If you cannot afford the normal tractor, you can also decide to buy the walking tractor. Mm-hmm. We are also talking about combine harvesters and so many other things.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. So the range is massive.
Yes.
And the role of mechanization for a lot of people is to bring efficiency when it comes to doing your farming.
Yes.
Also, we see lots of people do large-scale farming, mechanize at the end of the day.
Yeah.
For small-scale farmers, that seems to be neither here nor there, and we'll discuss the issue of cost and whatnot. But when you mechanize your farm, what does that do for you as a farmer?
Of course, when you mechanize your rod, number one, you are going to increase your yield, and also it's going to improve your standards of living based on productivity. Because of course, you know, the mechanization is a modern, is the main thing in the rural areas especially. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That makes a lot of sense. So you are bringing efficiency, because all this is set in the context of food security in this country.
True,
that is the larger context that you're looking at.
Yeah.
So you ask yourself, what would motivate a farmer to mechanize? And this brings to you a selling point, because you have to convince these farmers to sort of get products at the end of the day. Talk to me, why should a farmer consider mechanization as one of the top priorities for their farms?
Number one, when you mechanize, you are going to reduce cost, because you cannot compare using the manual labor with a tractor. Let's assume you have 100 acres. If you decide to use the manual labor, the old techniques, you hire people maybe to till or to plow or to do something, you are going to use a lot of money. But when you decide to use a tractor, the modern one, tractors, you are going to have a fair efficiency, because one tractor can plow around 10 to 15 acres or even 20 acres a day, meaning it is going to save cost, meaning when you are not going to be out of the season. Yes.
And even let's take a step back a little bit.
Yeah.
For for basic mechanization in the country? Because
Yes.
people plant a myriad of crops. Some people are
Yeah.
into maize, some are into beans. You know,
Yeah,
it's
true.
as diverse as it
Yeah,
could be.
true, true.
Is this a huge factor when it comes to consideration when you're mechanizing? What should a farmer think about before walking into a shop to say, I want this machine? What are the considerations?
Thank you so much. Of course, you must tell us what you want to do with your tractor, because one, you cannot maybe you want to go and farm sugar factories and you need a small tractor. So when you tell us what you want to do with the tractor, we are going to advise you on the size of the tractor that you are going to buy. So we have tractors ranging from 50 horsepower all the way to 160 horsepower. Okay. So for the small scale farmers, you just have to buy 50 horsepower, which can be able to use the 2-disc plow. For medium and large scale farmers, you can buy a tractor ranging from 75 horsepower. Large scale farmers, especially in sugar factories like Mohoroni, Kibos, and all the sugar factories, the large scale farmers, you have to buy a tractor above 90 horsepower.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Oh, you know, people here are horsepower,
Yes,
unless
yes.
you're very much vested into
Yes,
into
yes.
the world of engines and
Yes, yes,
performance.
yes,
What does this mean?
Horsepower is all about the capacity of the tractor.
Yes.
Maybe you cannot use a 50 horsepower to pull a trailer. Maybe a trailer, maybe you need to use a trailer of 15, 20 tons. Mm-hmm. Maybe in, let's say, assume a Helo or Awasi or Sondu. Mm-hmm. You cannot see the small tractors. It's very difficult. Mm-hmm. So for the tractor that are for small scale farmers, 90% of them are 50 horsepower, ranging to 75 horsepower.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
All right. And
horsepower is the capacity of the engine.
The capacity
yes,
of the engine.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The power of the engine.
Yes, yes.
All right. You're talking about large-scale farmers, medium and small-scale farmers having different needs when it comes to acquisition of machinery. Does this go beyond tractors? I know you sell tractors predominantly,
yes.
But in terms of need and mechanization, what other essentials are critical in any farm, generally speaking, that a farmer should have when they are mechanizing?
Thank you. The first one is land preparation. Mm-hmm. When you are doing land preparation and you come to our office, we would like to know the exact location, because land in places like Nalok with high slopes and they will need a bigger tractor. A bigger tractor means we also need an implement which is equivalent to that tractor. So when you come to our office, number one, when you choose the size of the tractor, we are going also to advise you to choose the right implements. So 50 horsepower, you have to use a 2-disc plow to do prowling. For around 75 horsepower, you have to use a 3-disc plow. Beyond that, you can use either 4-disc or 3-disc.
Okay.
Yes. For prowling, you have to use a plow. Mm-hmm. That is land preparation. Then you might decide maybe to do a harrowing. You might maybe decide to buy either 18-disc or 20-disc or 24-disc.
Okay.
Yes. Then after that, you can also decide to do maybe planting. When you are doing planting season, you can decide to use a planter. There is for 2 rows, 3 rows, and 5 rows.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's actually, when you talk about mechanization, it is the whole farming process.
Yes, farming process.
So land preparation.
Yes, yes.
When it comes to planting.
Yes, planting and harvesting.
And even harvesting.
Yes, yes.
Talk to me about after planting, because you have a planter.
Yeah.
How many holes?
Mostly they are either 2, 3, or 4.
Oh, 2, 3, or 4.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Then when it comes to now harvesting, also we have elements of mechanization, and even before harvesting, there are so many processes that involves taking care of the plant.
Yes, yes.
What elements of mechanization do you see in that bracket?
Most of the implements that we have, they have capacity to do full mechanization. When you start from prowling,
okay,
you start from prowling, harrowing, planting, and harvesting. For prowling, you have to start using the prows. Harrowing, you use harrows. Planting, you can use planting, you can use planters. And at the same time, in between, there is spraying. You can either use boom sprayer and also harvesting. There are different kind of machine that you can have.
Okay.
We have all of them.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Hey, that's quite interesting.
Yeah.
So the whole value chain,
Yeah.
you are able to mechanize.
Yes, yes.
What is the biggest concern for farmers when they want to mechanize? What are some of the worries that farmers express before they mechanize, sort of?
Number one, they are worried about the quality of the machines that we have. Quality, durability, and efficiency. Because you can buy maybe a tractor today, after 2, 3, 4 months, it's not working. But we have a full system of different, or my team, we have a very big team who ensures that when you buy a tractor, there is after-sales services, there is availability of spare parts. In fact, spare parts is the main worry for all the farmers.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Oh, spare parts.
Spare parts is key.
Why is spare parts very...
It's very important because it's man-made. Tractors are made by people or maybe AI or something. So at some point, it will break down.
Okay.
So you have to solve the problem.
Okay.
Yes.
So the mechanized market, and here we're looking at tractors.
Yeah.
Is it the same argument that we have with some popular brands when people are buying cars? Like, I'm buying this car, but I'm looking at the availability of spare parts.
Yes, it's the same
Are there brands that don't have available spare parts within the country, but they are being sold within the nation?
Yes, they are. They are. But the brand that we sell, we have a very strong partnership with them.
Okay.
Joru has a very strong partnership with a brand called Zoom Lion.
Okay.
So Zoom Lion has ensured that we have full availability of spare parts. We have a very good go down in Nakuru with full support from China.
Okay.
So we have direct support from China.
Okay.
Yes.
Ah,
Yes.
okay. That's very interesting. So durability of the
Durability,
machines
yes,
is
yes.
very, very important.
Yeah.
Availability of spare parts.
Yes.
And it's very interesting because we link productivity to mechanization. It's almost like when you mechanize, there is a high likelihood that you'll have healthier and more produce and less wastage.
Yes.
Help us clarify for us how these two marry. That if I mechanize, definitely I'm assured as a farmer in many ways that my productivity and my yield will go higher.
One is about when it is harvesting. You can do all the process from planting, from prowling, planting, spraying, and everything. But at the end of the day, maybe you have wastages during harvesting. That's why we introduce like harvesters. We have rice harvesters and so many other harvesters that assist farmers to mechanize during the harvesting period, so that to reduce the contact between the manual labor, the people, and the direct and the produce, the products. Yeah.
Yeah, because post-harvest losses is a big concern.
Yes, yes, yes. Of course, yeah. We also have even dryers.
Okay.
For corn. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Now this is now storage, now post-harvest, making sure that everything is handled properly.
Yes.
Yeah, that's very interesting. But also sometimes a farmer can mechanize and it doesn't lead to higher yields. Like it's not a sure bet.
It's not a sure bet. Yeah.
And you've spoken to farmers, you interact with farmers every day. Maybe somebody has bought a tractor from your shop and from your company, and they're like, hey, dude, I didn't make as much as I was expecting. So mechanization has to be sort of paired up with also good farming practices. Is it one of the challenges, even as farmers mechanize? Sometimes there might be a loophole when it comes to proper agricultural practices and doesn't result to the expected, improved outcome?
Yeah, basically it's because of maybe long timing, when maybe you are planting or harvesting. Because sometimes because in Kenya and most of African countries, we depend on rain. meaning maybe you planted late or early, so you cannot be able to predict. Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So timing really matters
Timing
at the
really
end of the
matters,
day.
yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Ah,
Yeah.
I see that. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Hydration services like irrigation.
Yeah.
That is also termed as, is it part of mechanization or modernization of farms when it comes to setting up irrigation infrastructure within our farms?
Yes, it's part of mechanization. And in fact, we have a client that we have already sold a tractor in Naivasha. It's a flower farm. He has done a lot of irrigation. So even if we are doing mechanization, there are other factors which are beyond that. Like if you have a plow and a tractor, the weather, you cannot be able to control the weather. So for the customers and the client who have capacity to do irrigation, it's advisable. And also we have a partnership with companies that supply irrigation products. We can be able to assist.
Okay.
Yes.
Ah, I see that. Early on, we went in that discussion about small scale, medium, and large scale most of the time, because majority of our farmers are small scale farmers.
Yes.
And you had picked a product that is tractors and spoken about, the amount of horsepowers.
Yes, yes.
And this could be a consideration for small scale farmers.
Yes, yes.
When we talk about small scale farmer from a person who facilitates mechanization, how large or how small of an establishment of a farm are we talking about here for small scale?
For small scale, people maybe who buy tractors, they have small land, but they can also use the tractor for leasing, because those are the mainly small scale farmers. You can buy a tractor even without land. Like most of the tractors that are used in Narok, they are not bought by the owners, by the people who live in Narok. You will find that people coming from Eldoret, coming from different part of the country, when there is season in Narok, they go and farm there. Meaning what? Most of the small scale farmers who buy our tractors, basically they don't have to be having a large scale, or they don't have to be having land. But when we talk about small scale farmer, maybe they are the people who own 10 acres and below.
Okay.
10 acres and below.
All right.
Yes, medium scale farmers around 20 to 30 acres. But large scale farmers are those people owning over 100 acres, 200 acres.
Okay.
Yes.
So because majority of us, of our farmers in the country are classified as small scale farmers.
Yes.
Does that also reflect when it comes to the kind of products that you sell? Is majority of the products taken by small scale farmers, or is it a flip that large scale farmers who are thought to, and for the longest time have mechanized their farms, are they the biggest buyer? Are we seeing a shift?
I think 98% of the people who buy our products, they are small scale farmers, they are individuals. Because also when we talk about small scale farmers, they are individuals. Large scale farmers might be companies, might be corporates who decide maybe to mechanize their land. But most of our farmers, they are individuals who might want to buy and then try to mechanize their land.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Now, when you talk about the cost element of things,
Yeah.
because there is the initial cost.
Yes, yes.
On average, just looking overall as an industry, because you look at your competitors, whatnot, everyone who's in the game, you understand how much these products cost.
Yeah.
And the assumption is that mechanization is expensive. Is that the right assumption?
No, it's not expensive. At Joru, you just need to have an interest to buy a tractor. At Joru, we are going to take you through the whole process of buying a tractor. At Joru, we have partnered with financial institutions, including bank, SACCOs, and microfinance. You just need to have a small deposit, and of course, you need to have good financial statements.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, I get that there is sort of partnerships to make it very easy to own machinery. at the end of the day, especially for small scale farmers, because I'm looking at the initial cost, whether you're getting a credit line or not. The cost is the cost. If this bottle of water is 10 bob, you finance me 9 bob, and I put 1 bob, it's 10 bob still. At the end of the day, that's the value that I have. I've priced this product and I have to pay for it in one or another. Okay, so in terms of that initial cost, even let's mute the partners who make it very easy to own products. Is mechanization expensive for especially small scale farmers?
It's not expensive, but at the same time it is expensive because there is nothing for free. But our partner from China, they have made the buying machineries to be very cheap because we deal directly with them. So the cost of buying the machinery from Joru, we have reduced the price. I think we have the lowest price in the market.
Okay.
Yes.
So what makes machinery, and this is overally, no matter the brand, what makes machinery expensive but not expensive according to what you say?
Yeah, you know, most of the Kenyans, even you, they buy brand.
Okay.
So most of the brands, they are so expensive not because they are different from what we sell, but because they are selling the brand. Of course, they do a lot of marketing, and we just believe their brand.
Okay.
Yes.
So essentially, tractors are pretty pricey at the end of the day.
Yeah, they are pretty pricier, but of course, they are not that expensive.
Okay.
Yeah, because you just need to raise at least 20% deposit.
Okay.
20 to 10% deposit.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you think that has been a barrier for mechanization for our farmers, especially small-scale farmers, the pricing element? And help us also understand, for somebody who for the longest time they have their small 5, as you say, small scale is 10 and below. They have their 2 acres of land, and people till this land, like you get people from the village, come till it for me. And you tell this person, it's better for you to get a 50 horsepower. You say there is a 50 horsepower tractor. It's better for you to get a 50 horsepower tractor. At the end of the day, it will be better for you. Talk to me about that initial investment. Why mechanization you need to make? Maybe it will cost you more, but in the long run, it will be more beneficial for you. Make that case for me.
Thank you. When you look at mechanization, it's a long term. Why? Because if today you are using maybe the normal manual labor, you'll pay and you'll not have future investment. But when you buy a tractor today, and a tractor, we also have less than 50 horsepower, which can also be used by small-scale farmers, like walking tractors. You just walk with them. And they will cost you less than 500,000 to buy a walking tractor, and also you can also be financed at around 80%. Meaning when you have 100K, you can also be able to start doing mechanization. Number 2 is tractor have durable. Is very durable. Even if you are financed by bank, let's assume that maybe the bank is going to finance you for 3 or 4 years. From the 5th year, the tractor can be able to serve you for more than 20 to 30 years. Yes. Yeah.
So durability is a factor. So you can always put these assets to work.
Yes.
And it helps you sort of recoup that investment and whatnot. Okay, that makes sense in many ways. I'm thinking now for those of the farmers, the small-scale farmers who want to mechanize. You've spoken about the partnerships that are there to make it easier for them to own. But majority of the people lease, as you said. You don't have to own, but you can lease a tractor for a month, 2, whatever, days. Talk to me about the leasing arrangement, because I mean, those of us who've grown up in the village, we've always seen tractors. You hire a tractor from the shopping center, it comes wanakulimia, and then after that you pay them and that's it. Is that the most popular arrangement that we're seeing within the country?
Yeah, of course. most of the tractor buyers, there are people maybe who have been drivers, maybe people who have an experience of using a tractor. For the lowest, the person who owns the smallest scale farmer, even if you are not able to buy a tractor yourself, I'm very sure that there must be a tractor around. And it's also cheap, because maybe prowling, majority of the tractor owners, they charge around 3,000. To some parts of the country, they charge around 2,500 for a per acre. So if you have 10 acres, that's around 25,000. So it's affordable, very affordable.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's very, very, I like that, because it also opens up participation in the agricultural value chain.
Yes.
You know, we talk about young people, and we'll talk about this later on, about involving the youth in agribusiness. At the end of the day, most of the times we talk about, you know, you have to be a farmer at the production level, but that's not the case. When it comes to mechanization and the future of farming, we'll talk about artificial intelligence and whatnot. All these offer opportunities for young people to come into the value chain and make money at the same time, having impact in our food system. So we want to take a short break right now. Right here at the Farm Kenya Show, we are having a discussion touching on mechanization of our farms, the dynamics, the cost. Why should you mechanize? What are the options that are there? Right now, we take a short break. We'll return with more on this particular topic.
Kazi pamoja na tukue pamoja, kuimarisha Kenya ni jukumu la Farm Kenya. Kwa mkono ambao unalima ardhi, mlango wa mkulima, kuwa mshindi, kuwa na uhakika sasa, kulea mustakabali wa baadaye. Tufanye kazi pamoja na tukue pamoja, kuimarisha Kenya ni jukumu la Farm Kenya.
All right, welcome back to the Farm Kenya Show. And we're discussing matters mechanization. In studio, I have John Dungu, who's the CEO of Jolo Machinery. And before we continue with this conversation, I'd like us to take a look at branch into the value chain of tomatoes, because some of us are considering, you love your food with tomatoes in it. But do you understand the production, the market dynamics when it comes to tomato production in Kenya? Take a look.
Choose the correct varieties. Come and get those varieties that Calro has recommended. The ones that are named out there like Raja F1, and then we also have our varieties, 3 of them going through NPT that will come out. So if you choose the correct variety, already now you're a step ahead. The next thing is, how are you growing these tomatoes? So now we're not only adding fertilizers or farmyard manures or organic manures, but we also have this soil amendment called Coccoli. And I'm hoping that they'll be able to show that Coccoli, when you now grow your tomatoes with Coccoli, then what happens is the tomatoes do not only get very red, this is kind of oranges, this is a bit redder. They get deep red, but also the tomatoes are hard. So when you harvest them and put them through the logistics of getting them to the market, these tomatoes can stay looking at you healthy and nice, minimal post-harvest losses for up to a month. So just how you grow, the soil amendments you use. So you can use Coccoli mixed with your fertilizer or use Coccoli as a foliar. That is the new kid on the block, the new baby, the new Calro technology that we're really promoting. And farmers in Loitoktok are saying this is the best thing that ever happened to them. Use Coccoli.
Upande wa ukulima nyanya ni sawasawa, ina faida vizuri, unapata faida. Maana nimekuwa nikijimudu hiyo miaka yote 15, na upande wa nyanya nimesomesha watoto, nimefanya mambo yangu, nimejenga, niko na manyumba yangu. Niko na gari pia ambaye zinatumika kubeba hii nyanya na yote nimetoa shambani. Kwa hivyo nikianza kilimo sikuwa na kitu yoyote, na mpaka sasa niko hapa nimejimudu kimaisha na mambo si mabaya sana. Ukiona tu kimefika kiwango ya kuigiza ng'ombe shambani wanakula nyanya, ni kukosa mahali popote ya kupeleka ile nyanya. Unapakia gari kama ni zangu zinapeleka nyanya sokoni, lakini pia unakuta ile nyanya, ile gari kienda sokoni kuna hasara ambayo huwezi ukarudisha. Kwa mfano kuchumisha gari moja hapa ni shilingi 22,000 kwa wachumaji. Ukishachuma 22 kuna shilingi 16,000 ya wale graders ambao watagrade ile nyanya na kupakia kwenye gari. Utarudi ulipe cess ya 7,000 shillings, that is a total of 45,000 shillings. Ukishapakia na umepakia gari yako ikienda sokoni, ile pesa 45,000 ambayo umetumia pale shambani hutaipata kabisa. So unaona ni vizuri hata afadhali nyanya iharibikie shambani, maana hata ikienda sokoni hailipi hata ile pesa yako ya kuchumisha. Kwa hivyo tunaomba kama inaweza kuwa na mambo ingine, kuwa na njia nyingine ambayo tunaweza process hizi nyanya kama kiganda hivi ya kuprocess hizi nyanya zitoe kitu kingine, yani value addition. Tunaweza shukuru sana kwa serikali, maana pia hiyo inaweza katusaidia sana.
Pande wa mbegu tulikuwa tunajimwagia kwa nursery beds, ikawa ina challenges mingi ya kukufa. Tukakuja bahati nzuri tukaja tukapatana na watu wa Calro, wakatufundisha juu ya mambo ya mbegu. Wakatufundisha kuanza kwa nursery bed, kitambo ipeleke kwa shamba. Tukajifunza jinsi ya kuimwaga kwa trays. Wakatuletea materials, hii inaitwa cocoa beet, peat moss. Tukaanza hapo, na tulipoanza hapo tulianza kuona tofauti ya ukulima, kiasi ambayo tukipeleka mbegu shambani unaotesha ikufi. Unakuta hakuna tena mambo ya kusema nitarudishia, ukiotesha umeotesha ukiendaga.
Kokoli huwa inatusaidia sana wakati tunalima nyanya, maana kokoli inasaidia udongo pia. Kama udongo ni mchofu, kama udongo umechoka, ukishatumia kokole inakaa ni kama udongo ni mpya tena, inatengeneza madini na unakuta nyanya inanawiri kabisa. Kwa hivyo hata matunda ya nyanya yenyewe ukiangalia tu unakuta ya kwamba ni magumu baada ya kutumia ile udongo ile mbolea ya kokole. Kwa hivyo tunaamini ya kwamba kokole ni mbolea ambaye inastahili.
Greenhouse is just another technology. You can either grow your tomatoes and harvest them for 2 months to 3, or put them in a greenhouse. So it just depends, because greenhouse there'll be a lot of work that you have to do, but it's now that length of the harvesting. And then you also have a lower disease pressure and pest pressure. And then in the greenhouse, you're controlling everything, how much water they get, how much fertilizer they get. So you're reducing your input, but doubling or tripling your output in terms of finances.
We are working with around 2,000 farmers in the tomato value chain, or the tomato production. The county has placed a lot of emphasis in tomato production because tomato produce actually contributes to a lot of revenue to the county, and it is one of the high value crops in the county.
All right, that is the tomato value chain and some of the challenges. And John, I mean, just listening to the farmers there, one of the issues that has come out is post-harvest losses, because sometimes you are able to produce, then you go to the market, there is no uptake of your product. In fact, one farmer said, tunalao ng'ombe zikuja kwa shamba zikule nyanya. Do you think one of the solutions is mechanization? And in this particular case, how can they turn this around?
Also, mechanization can maybe help on storage. Maybe like corn, we have dryers. Because the one issue of tomatoes is they cannot be stored for a long time. Mm-hmm. Meaning we need to have mechanization in a way. Even if you harvest today, you can even be able to sell maybe even after 2 or 3 months. Mm-hmm. Because we control the issue of supply and demand.
Okay.
Yes.
That's true. Going back to that mechanization discussion, one of the issues that you are able to properly mechanize is proper handling of these tools. Yeah. Is that a challenge when it comes to maximally utilizing tools in efficient ways so that, you know, as you say, these tractors could serve you 20, 25 years? Is there a gap when it comes to how we handle these tools, and is there room sort of capacity build for farmers to know the potential of the tools that they have on their hands?
Yes, there is a big gap because sometimes you can sell maybe an implement or a tractor, and maybe the owner or the driver is not well trained, resorting to that mechanized tractor or any implement to break down. So what we have done as Joru is we have partnered with different people who make sure that before the tractor or our implement leaves our showrooms, we train them to avoid breakages and to avoid losses.
Okay.
Yes.
So a lot of products, and this generally across the industry, you see when it comes to farmers mechanizing. Sometimes it's just that you don't have well-trained, well-equipped people to handle this farm machines.
That is the main challenge because even in this Nairobi, there are very few people who can be able to operate a tractor. Very few people. So what we do, when you buy a tractor, you have to come with someone who can be able to either operate, and at the same time you have dedicated team who train every day. Yes.
Okay.
And in case of any breakdown, you have to call us, and we repair ourselves.
Okay.
Yes.
That makes it very efficient.
Yes.
At the end of the day. So, and tractors, apart from tilling, is it multi-purpose? Because also farmers, you want to be able to serve different purposes with sort of maximally utilize that tool to serve different purposes. For a tractor, for a machine as a tractor, what are the multi-purpose usage within a farm that your tractor can serve you?
I think buying a tractor is the best investment, especially when you buy in our company, Joru, because number one, a tractor, especially in sugar factories, you can use a trailer. Most of the companies, government-owned companies and private-owned companies, they use trailers to do transportation for canes and also transport business. You can also use plow, either for racing or maybe your own farm. You can also use harrowing, either racing or your own farm. You can also use a PTO, PTO to maybe do any business, even any kind of a business with PTO.
Okay.
Especially in sawmill factories, sawmill.
Okay.
And also
somebody's asking, what is PTO? You know?
PTO is it rotates, it's behind, it rotates.
Okay.
It is used in sawmill, especially along Nakuru Eldoret Road. You will find so many tractors working in sawmill companies.
Okay.
Another one is you can also use it, especially in places where there is shortage of land to do water business with water bozers.
Okay.
Yes. So a tractor can do more than five small purpose.
Okay.
Yes.
That's quite interesting. In terms of policy environment,
Yeah.
Are there gaps that we can strengthen and fill as a country, policy-wise, to make it easier for people to mechanize? And case in point, look, for example, the border sector. I think the boom that we have in the border sector was a policy decision that was made in the Kibaki era to sort of make it easier to have bikes within the country. And we saw a boom. So when it comes to mechanizing our farms, as a practitioner in this field, what are the policy recommendations that you have for our government and people in such spaces that could make it easier to mechanize?
One, we would like to ask the county government and also national government to improve the rural infrastructure, to reduce the cost of maintenance of the tractors, but we also recommend the government for zero-rating the VAT for tractors. Tractors do not have a VAT, but at the same time, we also request them to remove the VAT for spare parts, meaning the cost of the spare parts will be very low. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's quite interesting. So VAT for spare parts is one of the major costs when it comes to running this these machines, yeah? Okay,
Yes.
makes sense. And as we come to the tail end of this conversation, of course, everyone right now is talking about artificial intelligence. Technology is changing. People are buying land in the metasphere, you know? For mechanization and somebody who's in that particular business, how is this impacting business? Are we seeing smart tractors? Are we seeing artificial intelligence in our farms when it comes to mechanizing?
Yes, right now you can be able to be in any urban town, Nairobi, Eldoret, and the tractor is working in the village. Reason being, there is a modern GPS, a tracker. You can be able to track the fuel consumption. You can be able to track the location of the tractor. And at the same time, you can be able to even switch off the tractor where they are.
Really?
Yes.
Uh-huh. And how is that sort of changing how we do farming and farm management?
A quick one, it can also be able to measure the size of acres the tractor has worked in a day. Meaning, you'll be in business. You can be able to do your business calculation and analysis at the button, at the click of your phone.
Okay.
Yes.
So these are people who are in the value chain when it comes to
Yes.
leasing.
Yes, yes.
You have your tractors, but you can always monitor hii tractor iko hapa na inafanya hii and ndio hii kiwango ya kazi yenye imefanya.
Yes.
Okay, I see that. That's very interesting. Where do you think farm mechanization is going when you look at technology? Because things have really changed right now, and they're changing each and every single day at an even higher rate. Right now, we are having the chat GPTs of this world. For your field, as you assess, are there observations that you're making and being like, yo, this change is coming pretty fast, and how are you changing to sort of catch up or be at par with those changes?
In future, I see one day having tractors solar powered, and electric tractors.
We don't have electric tractors yet?
We have, but most of them are not in Kenya. Most of them are in China.
Okay.
Yes. So I can see a future where maybe we'll be selling most of our tractors as solar powered or electric powered.
Oh, really?
Yes, yes.
That's very interesting because these days even a lot of our bikes are going electric.
Yes.
Our cars are going electric. For tractors, majority, what do you think, why don't we have electric tractors in the country?
Of course, for Kenya, the demand for tractors, it's high to specific people, but not to everyone.
Okay.
Because a car, everybody can buy a car, can wish to buy a car. But not everybody who can buy a tractor. Because especially here in Nairobi, you can just give someone a tractor. He or she doesn't even know where to take the tractor. That's the reason why the demand is not so high. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's quite interesting because right now everyone is talking about sustainable production.
Yeah.
And environmental, consideration, making sure that your production actually does not hurt the environment at the end of the day. Are tractors these days more efficient and release less CO2 as compared to tractors 10 years ago? Because we see even with cars, there is improvements, modifications in the engines to make them a little bit greener. For the farming world, is it the same though?
Of course, our tractors, I think, are the most fuel efficient. Reason being, they are modern tractors. Our tractors are zero mileage, meaning those tractors have been tested and proven. Yes.
Okay.
And the company we have partnered has over 30 years of experience.
Okay.
Yes.
And as we close up, we talk about Kenya being a very young country, and rightfully so. Right now, a lot of there is huge, or rather high youth unemployment in the country. And we always discuss this in different forums. One of the areas that have been seen as holding potential to sort of take in young people is the agricultural value chain. And I want to go more specifically to your value chain, your specialization of machinery. What is the space for young people to operate in this field, in this space?
First of all, you need to accept to do business, because one tractor can be able to employ minimum of 5 people. And you don't have to be an engineer or maybe have a high level of education to be able to buy tractor. One tractor, at least you need a driver, you'll need 2 people to assist the driver, and maybe the other people to support the other team. Meaning, if we can be able to sell around 100 units, we can be able to employ over 40,000 people. Yes.
Okay.
So for young people is just to accept to be in agriculture, and agriculture is one way, is a business like any other business.
Okay.
Yes.
So more young people should come into agriculture, but also have essentially, even just call it as we call it, agribusiness.
Yeah, agribusiness.
Think business.
Yes, think business.
Yes. And how can they organize themselves? Because sometimes also the purchasing power for young people is still low. How do they organize themselves, even if they want to tap into mechanization, to come into business?
It's very easy to own a tractor. Reason being, even if you as an individual, you cannot be able to buy a tractor, maybe you can combine forces with 1, 2, or 3, 5 people. And then maybe you can join a circle, or maybe go to any bank institution, open a joint account. Then from there, build the capacity. The financial statement need to be good. You just need your document to be good, and then you can contact us. It's very simple, and then you just visit our website, www.jolumachineries.com. We are going to support you.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much, John Dungo, CEO, Jolly Machinery. Thank you for your time and your insights on matters mechanization of our farms in Kenya. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
All right, there you have it. And that's been our discussion today, touching on mechanization, the dynamics. I know we've leaned heavily on tractors, but this cuts across. When it comes to mechanizing our farms, it's absolutely critical. Sometimes there is the barrier that is brought about by the cost element, but there is so much innovation around that space, making sure that there are financial partners, there are skilling partners that can be able to equip maximum utilization of these products. All this is working for your good to make sure that when you go into mechanization, you're able to actually make money from it, and by boosting production and also just being able to do business in the value chain. That's been our discussion today. Thank you very much for being with Farm Kenya over the past 1 hour. My name is Noah Kipkimboy, and we are out. Enjoy the rest of your viewing.
Tufanye kazi pamoja na tukue pamoja.